So you obviously signed your pro contract, and there were some phenomenal players at the club, and they're still there actually. I mean, Levi Colwill, for example. Just tell us what it's like, sort of training and playing with them, and just tell us some sort of anecdotes about the things that you saw, observed, even things that off the field that you enjoyed.
Yeah, I mean, I was always surrounded by top players, which again just only helps you. The likes of Levi Colwill, who's in the team now, was always someone who stood out, and his ability to lead the back line. Me and him were in the same youth cup team, so he was a year above me, but I was playing in midfield and he was behind me, and it was like you always felt very secure. You always trusted him, and he drove you. Me and him had a really good relationship, and that was really really beneficial to me, to be surrounded those sorts of players, and they help you. I only have good things to say about Levi, and what all the praise he's getting now and everything that's happening now is phenomenal, and I'm only really happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting really when you think he's 22, he's already captained Chelsea, and he's got England caps under his belt. Why do you think it is that he's managed to get to that level, just when other youngsters are at that age and they're obviously ambitious? What is it that he's done to get to that standard?
I think it's difficult because every player's journey is different, and maybe it's not necessarily one thing or the other, but rightly so, he's been given the trust, and he's been given the push to go and achieve what he's achieving, and it's down to him that he's taken it, and so it's difficult to really see why, but maybe he's taking the opportunities he's got, and that's fully down to him, and that's great credit to him, because he's a great guy as well, and he's very professional, and he understands the game, and he knows what he needs to do to get to that level. So yeah, nothing but praise for him.
Because I think as unbelievable as some of these players are talent-wise, you've also got to be a good personality human being as well, haven't you? Because you've got to get the team dynamics right in the dressing room. So give us a little bit of insight into, well, first of all, Levi and others.
I think Chelsea played a big role in that. The way you have to conduct yourself at Chelsea is very much good person first, footballer second, and the way how close you are in terms of the academy setup, and whether that's even with staff members, and it really feels like a big family, especially for someone like me who was there for so long. You really get to know people a lot, and so I think that really helps you going into life as well. It really shapes you, and like how to maybe handle people and how to speak to people, and that's important, because Chelsea is one situation, maybe one bubble, but you need to be ready for the outside world, and I think the club realised that as well, and that's what's really useful, because not everyone's supposed to act the same. They're very diverse in their thinking, and they want everyone to bring their own personality, but under a very respectful blanket of like how to be. I had the likes of Thomas Tuchel when I first went over there, and obviously he's now England manager now, and I'm not surprised with that at all. I mean, he was incredible for me in terms of, and really understood me and made me feel comfortable, made me feel trusted, and felt like I deserved to be there. And for example, for the first team players, there were so many leaders in that team, especially the team that went on to win the Champions League, that how they kind of made each other feel comfortable, and even with the young lads coming over, you felt part of it, and you felt like part of the team. The likes of Thiago Silva and like N'Golo Kante, and even having Mason Mount there, for example, who knew exactly how I was feeling coming over, because he's been there, he's done it. So Ruben Loftus-Cheek really helped me with that. He was another one who I thankfully had a really good relationship with, and that was so beneficial, and I have a lot of appreciation for them actually as well, because I did really feel like I could be myself, and I didn't feel extra pressure or it was like going into a setup that was, I felt like I belonged in a way, which was nice. I had a lot to do and a lot to achieve before I was a main player, but that was it was such a great environment to be in.
Yeah, and Thomas Tuchel, he put trust in young players, didn't he? He did trust young players, and that's always good. Obviously, he's got the England job now, so first of all, how did you feel when he got the job? I mean, I'm assuming you think he's going to do a good job. And give us a little bit of insight into specific areas of the way you play or the way you are off the field that he, in particular, helped you with.
Firstly, I think he's going to be unbelievable for England. I think he's exactly what they need. He was an intense guy in the best possible way. The way he would focus on the key details and would never miss anything. And he for me as a midfielder, I picked up a lot of small details that really helped. His sessions were sharp and technical based, and so for me, I loved it and felt really comfortable. And even the way he would talk to you and pull you and tell you what you're doing really well, maybe what you can do better, what players to look at and focus on, and like for example, when I was there, it was I remember him pulling me and it really stuck with me because he told me that I've got what it takes, and that was big. And then he also talked about players I can look at to improve. So for example, the position of Jorginho and how he does things was huge, and I then took it upon myself to study that. So like little things like that where you can see how he's trying to help you, but he also instills a lot of confidence in you, which was great.